Well, hey there, and thanks again for joining me here at Tesla Northwest and EVs. I'm about to take Amos, my 2022 Model Y Performance, through Chuckanut Drive, Scenic Highway 11 out of Fairhaven. We're going to be using the latest version of FSD, version 11.4.2, and we're going to see how it does. It's a narrow, twisty road, very tight corners, lots of pedestrian traffic on some days, lots of bicyclists. So the whole thing should be interesting, and we'll see how it does. So join me on the flip side and try this out. I've got an outside camera, so we'll have two camera views. So and just one quick little item here. I'm at Fairhaven Park. That is where I am getting set up to make the run. And they've got EV charging here. I had no idea. Level 2 AC charging. And I'm not sure how much it costs. Let's look. So free for the first 15 hours, it looks like. So very, very cool. So now you know there is level 2 EV charging here in Fairhaven Park outside of Bellingham. Let's go hit Chuckanut. All right, hey folks, and welcome back. Thanks for joining me. We are going to go down Chuckanut. I was going to do it yesterday, but I was not happy with how the video turned out. So we're going to try it again, and this time I've got a camera mounted outside of the car. So everything's nice and tightly secured. Hopefully we don't have creaks and rattles and banging, and the camera doesn't move around. And FSD is engaged. There's a nice Bellingham police officer. Okay, so here we go, folks. And we are going to be making a unprotected left-hand turn out of here. This is the second day I've seen a Bellingham police officer. So obviously we're way far back. So the car's going to have to creep quite a bit. There we go. Now we're getting some visibility. And I really hope my camera outside is on and working. It's oh, I want to go this way. What are you doing, sucker? I wonder where it was trying to take me. Huh, okay. Well, now we're on the right route. So that was a little weird. Okay. Not quite sure. Maybe it was trying to swing wide, but anyway. We had one intervention so far, and I don't think that was because of anything safety related. I just wasn't expecting it to do that right off the bat. Okay, here we go. Oh, we got somebody pushing a stroller in the shadows. The car picked that up and moved out of the way. That was really nicely done because they were in all black. I didn't see them until the last minute. Looks like we've got an Amazon van up here, and the car pinched its brakes. And oh, what's it doing? I don't know what it's doing. Well, that was really weird. I did not care for that at all. I think it thought it was going around that van. Strange. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't have done that as a driver. I probably would have slowed down though, and there was not too much visibility. So that was either a very human-like, aggressive human-like driver, or it was acting a little bit, yeah, we want to keep an eye on it. So there you go, interesting. All right, we're gonna roll up through here. And like I said, I'm hoping my outside camera is gonna get us some good views. Tesla, a little bit hard sometimes to get the timing lined up right. I've done it a couple times, and it can be a pain editing, but you know what, I love you folks, so I'm gonna try it for you. This is a great drive if you haven't been up this way. If you're coming up to northern Washington and you want a beautiful scenic drive, I highly recommend Scenic Highway 11 here, Chuckanut Drive. So a little bit quick for that corner. That's probably my bad. I'll dial my speed down just a touch. But as you can see, people typically go 5 to 10 over through here, as indicated by the Suburban or Tahoe. Beautiful views. I hope we pick up some of those on the outside camera as well. And again, hopefully this camera isn't creaking and rattling around too much. I'm going to try and keep it adjusted. There we go. This is one of the oldest routes between Skagit County and Fairhaven. There's a bridge built in, I think, 1924 down here we're going to go across. A couple really beautiful waterfalls. We're just about to head through the residential kind of area, and so we'll see some beautiful homes as well. I've made this run a few times using different versions of FSD, so feel free to go back and check those out if you want to see how the car performed. I almost soiled myself the last time because it got really close to some of the embankments and barriers, but it did everything just fine, so we will see. It did really well yesterday, but like I said, I just wasn't happy with how the video turned out. It was a little bit shaky and had a kick to the right, and I thought you guys deserved to have a little bit better view. So we can see these folks here are going a little bit quicker, so we're just gonna juice our speed just a touch to stay up with traffic. We want to make sure that we don't overstress the full self-driving, so I might dial the speed back when we get into the corners up here. But odds are, there's a little phantom brake, odds are these people will slow down too. Because the corners can get pretty wild. Beautiful views, carved into the side of the mountainside here. Subject to lots of rock slides, especially in the winter. So people that live out here sometimes are extremely inconvenienced. They have to drive all the way around because they can't get out. And it is a great way to get home, usually. As long as traffic is moving like this, it'll be alright. Sometimes it can be pretty slow because everybody's looky-loos, which I don't blame them. Like I said, it's a beautiful drive, but if you're going to go super slow, like under the speed limit, why don't you pull off and let people by you? But we're following all the rules right now, so we'll just let these people go do their thing. We'll probably shake some of them in a little bit too. Good, camera outside still there. It's a good day today. We're working on programmable logic controllers and human-machine interfaces. So my students are learning how to automate industrial facilities using computers and how to allow people to access them via HMIs. An HMI, can think of like an ATM, right? Your screen on the ATM, that's your human-machine interface. It's how you talk to the machine. So we're learning how to program those as well. And everybody's doing pretty well. What's the brakes here? Okay, now this is what I mean here. Like, why do we gotta go this slow through here? Speed limit's 40. But it's probably because this Tahoe can't corner worth the hell. Alright. This is gonna be kind of boring. Oh, I just whacked my camera with the windshield wipers. Gosh darn it, stop. And it probably won't let me turn them off because I'm in full self-driving. Well, we're getting all kinds of stuff here in this video now. The auto wipers are on for no good reason other than there's probably a piece of dirt on the windshield that it thinks is a raindrop. So that's super annoying. And now they're hitting my camera every time they go on. The Tahoe decided to speed up, thankfully. Alright, here we come into some good corners. Again, really like this route. All the shadowing and sunlight, the stippling makes it a little bit hard for Tesla vision. And then we've got elevation changes, so, you know, slightly hard to see. And from earlier, it doesn't seem to really worry too much because that was an elevation change when we passed that Amazon van, and that was, again, wild. I didn't intervene because I didn't see any urgent safety need to, but had a car been coming, obviously I would have taken over and changed what was happening. But that was definitely curious. Now, what are these people doing? What are you doing? Are they lost? At least the windshield wipers stop. See, now this is what I mean. Now we're going like well under the speed limit. Give them a little flash, maybe they'll pull off for us. I think they don't know where they're going. I'm really not sure. Come on. I think the speed limit's 40. I guess we pick up our pace when we're in the straightaways. Sorry, folks. We are going the speed limit now, so that's okay. And we're getting into Skagit County, but would have been nice to go through here just a little bit quicker to challenge the car through the corners. But we are following the rules, kind of. I mean, I hate to complain, but like, just go the speed limit or get out of the way. You know what I mean? Look, there's a huge pull-off right here. They could get off if they wanted to. Hey, thank you. I gave it just a little bit of gas just to get it back up and going. All right. Now maybe we can go through here at a little bit more regular pace. We're going to see how the car handles oncoming traffic. Again, narrow roads were a problem for FSD 11.4 and 11.4.1. It would hit the brakes or almost come to a stop. No problems with that though. We rolled right through there with not an issue at all. So very good. Camera's still attached outside. It'll probably give a good view of how close we get to these barriers. This is what makes me almost soil myself. It is very, very pucker worthy. Ooh, good. It braked, but it didn't come to a stop, and it needed to, because again, these are tight. Oh, there we go. Now we're coming almost to a stop. That wasn't cool. Okay, no worries. Everybody gets a little nervous, and Amos happened to that time. But still, overall, I think we're handling this quite well. Single intervention where at the very start of the drive it was trying to get, I don't know what it was doing, I'll look at the tape. But other than that, this has been great. I got a motorcyclist coming up behind me, but he doesn't seem to be going too fast, so I think we'll be okay. You see the big chunks out of the concrete there. Easy car. Oh gosh. Okay, well done. And there's our slide area and reminding us to watch out. Whew. This is narrow, baby. All right, still doing good. Okay, we've got a nice, tight, sweeping couple corners coming up. Oh, this is great. Probably could have went through there a little quicker, but you know what? We're not going to make it be uncomfortable. This is well done. And I apologize, I do tend towards hyperbole, so if you hear me say, whoa, perfect, or awesome, and it wasn't, well, that's just who I am. Just bear with me and forgive me for it. Here comes our buddy on the motorcycle. Here we got a couple tight corners. The car is going to slow down a little more than I probably would, but you know what? Very, very nicely done. And again, a few more here. Feel a little bit bad for the guy on the motorcycle. If he really gets on my ass, I'll pull off for him and we'll just take an intervention, because I don't want him to get frustrated. In fact, that's what I'm going to do right up here. So we're going to have a shut off FSD, but that's just to let this guy by. So sorry folks, I'm just letting the motorcyclist by. And then we're going to go ahead and go. As you can see again, people like to challenge their driving ability on this road. Let's put it that way, right? That's a nice way of saying it. And it's a fun road to do it on, but you got to be careful, because there are a ton, or can be a ton, of pedestrians and bicyclists, and God forbid anything bad happens. Okay, very nicely done. And I'm not going to count that as an intervention, because I was trying to be courteous, but now this poor guy's going to be stuck behind these two slowpokes. Oop. Oh God, not good, not good. That was a hard phantom brake. And I gave it a nudge, and it still wasn't quite, yeah, that wasn't good. Okay. Didn't have to intervene, but boy, if there had been somebody behind me, that wouldn't have been a nice situation. And I think it's slowing down for all of this mess up here, but it's slowing down an awful lot. I guess it's being conservative. Nice big sweeping corner here. We're coming down by Taylor's Shellfish Farm. They send oysters and mussels and stuff all over the world. And actually run a really great aquaculture program because of the acidification and global warming. The waters were killing their oysters, so they had to figure out a way to treat the water so that their oyster shells weren't, or their baby oysters weren't dying. And they do it. They got it all instrumented and do a really good job. And we've got Oyster Creek Inn here. Here's the bridge I was talking about, built in 1924. Ooh. And there goes our motorcyclist passing and our blue car passing. And I should probably do that as well, but I don't know if I'll have a chance. So we got a buddy, he's Canadian, and not going the speed limit. Not going the speed limit at all. Oh, folks, why does this always happen? Flash my brights at them a couple times, maybe they'll get over. I mean, this is not cool. Sorry, folks. I guess I shouldn't apologize. It's not my fault this person's going 10 miles under the speed limit. And now they're going 20 under the speed limit. And now they're going, oh my gosh, this is just frustrating. Lots of cars, but like you don't have to go this slow. Sorry, I know you're hearing me complain a bunch. I am an adult, I just get a little frustrated. Like, what are we doing? Oh well, we're almost off of here anyway. The trip ends here in about half a mile at the Chuckanut Manor. We'll get you a nice quick view of the water and the refineries, and then we'll call this a successful FSD trip with some weird behaviors. The car did a couple really goofy things. Passed an Amazon van over a double yellow line with a hill. Made a weird, either was a really wide, weird left turn to begin the video, or the navigation was a little off. And then some phantom braking and hard braking because of people like this and the sun and corners, it being a narrow road. So overall, not bad. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will just catch you all on the flip side.